Hello, good evening. How is everybody doing? There's a lot of people in already. Hi, Shandy, Mike, Ellie Bell, Rachel. Hello, Rachel. How are you doing? How's it going? What have you all been up to? Have you had a good week so far? Here we go. So just an update before we talk about what we was going to talk about. Hi, Tina. Spooky Dookie's Reviews. Hello. How is everyone? Baddy, hello. How are you doing? See, we've got quite a few mods in. We've got 3 mods in tonight. Hi, Jack. How are you doing? I'm all right, Jack. I'm feeling a lot better, but I've still got a cough now and again. Yeah, the throat thing, it's not really hurting my throat now. It's kind of moved on to my chest, so it's making me cough. Parabugs knowing the unknown. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Wow, you're jumping back and forth. Oh, is Beardo on? I didn't realise Beardo was on. Is he gaming tonight, or is he just doing a general kind of chat? He used to be called Spooky Dookie. Oh, he's gaming tonight, is he? All right, okay, cool. I've watched Bedo do some gaming before. He's quite funny. He jumps at quite a lot, doesn't he? A lot of the jump scares, he kind of hits the roof. Will most of you have seen that video? What I've recently put up, the one about twin paranormal. I'm sure most of you have seen it. Debunking twin paranormal. I know there's been quite a few comments with regards to that video. Oh, I'm glad you're okay, Jack. The shadow one, Shandy, yes. There's been quite a few comments. There's been a lot of negative comments as well left, which has led me to do, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to do another video explaining the shadows and what is actually going on. And I'm going to slow everything down so you can see it. The guy that I said had done it, Wyatt, I'm still sticking to that. It was Wyatt what's done it. Spooky Dookie's Reviews. I was truly looking forward to this, as I absolutely respect your approach to research and paranormal experiences. Thank you. Oh, excellent. No, thank you. We're just here to, as paranormal investigators, to try and help people understand equipment and things a bit better and show how people are faking things. Parabugs, doing good to try to find a location to visit now the weather has improved. We always have that problem. A few tricks we do. We go on a site called 28 Days Later. And obviously we'll go in places we're allowed to go. But we see what everybody else is doing. Twins have got trolls everywhere. Yeah, they have indeed. They have. So Barbara did this. This is attached to the microphone tonight. The Annabelle project. I've been editing it today. I'm still editing. It's 4K, so it's going to take a few days. So people were saying to me, how can it be Wyatt, when he's holding the camera up like this to his own face? He actually isn't. It's not him doing it. If you look at all the camera angles and the shadows, it's not him. I was trying to find my camera rig so I could show you how he was doing it. doesn't matter. But, you know, I do examine these films very, very closely. They are using multiple camera angles when they're filming. There's 3 of them with cameras. This particular moment, Wyatt doesn't have one. And I can prove it. And I have proved it, but obviously people who are fans of Twin Paranormal don't believe it, or they don't want to believe it. Hi, Sarah G. How are you doing? Obviously, the guy was doing it, not the other one. Obviously, you could only see this this part of his head as he's looking. Like, is it that way? He's looking that way. But one of the twins, I'm not sure which one it is. They both look the same to me. You can see it on multiple camera angles, and the shadow that he stood holding the camera up like this, pretty high, so it's coming down at him. And I can prove it. And I'm going to do another video for those that don't believe it. But that particular video, what I did, has had quite a lot of views. I was surprised, actually. Other people have been saying to me, was it a mobile phone or a tablet? I'm presuming it was a mobile phone, looking at the shadow. And that's what they carry around, isn't it? Mobile phones. You constantly see them doing the mobile phones. Spooky Dookies reviews. I just did my first video in which I did my due diligence and came across some interesting findings. It turns out, once upon a time, you could add your own words to Spirit Talk apps. Yeah, I heard about that. I was doing a bit of research and nearly downloaded the app, but I didn't want to pay like a tenner just to download it to put in a video and show everybody. That's another video, isn't it? I suppose. Excuse me. SR Spookfest, hello. But when you put a mobile phone app on your phone, you've got to kind of give it permission to go on your phone and access your phone. But you're giving it permission to look at your phone book, your text messages, everything pretty much. So this is what people say, well, it's coming up with words. How did it know that? It's because you've given it access to your phone. It knows that. That's what apps do. I know a lot of them was saying, yeah, how could he possibly press a button? Because the shadows, you can see it go like this. And even slowed it down so you could see it a lot better. How could he do that if he was holding the camera? He wasn't holding the camera. That's how he could do it. Multiple camera angles. That's what it's all about. Yeah, it can access your microphone as well, like Ellie Bell's saying, so it can listen to your words. What some of them do as well, they will record your voice, play it backwards with a bit of reverb and things on it. Just read the product reviews. There's a lot of people starting how the app's triggered. Yeah. Going to share this out. Excellent. It kind of blended in with the video I did before that to do with the REM pods as well. Did you see that one? The kind of Star Trekky theme one. Necrophonic Ghost app, Jack. I don't think I've used that. I don't use apps myself. There's many groups doing this, yeah, and they're using phone apps and putting it off as paranormal evidence, but you can't do that. It's an app. It's designed for entertainment. So I've just recently been editing like I said, the Annabelle project. Hopefully I'm going to get that up by the end of the week for all those members of the channel. Shared on a Facebook group. Excellent. Just trying not to cough. Is any electrician in tonight? Anybody that knows about electronics? Rachel, I hope I behaved on camera. I haven't got to that part yet, Rachel. We've got 4 test subjects on the Annabelle project, and they are our moderators. Well, 4 of them anyway. Am I drinking lemon? No, I've just finished a lemon and honey. This is apple and pear. Callum, I'm doing sort of all right, thank you. I've new pleasure to go to doing collaboration with someone. And yes, you're an electrician, SR Spookfest. Excuse me. So you will understand oscillators, I take it, and frequencies. See, there's very few people that understand it other than electricians and people like myself. When I kind of left school and college, I did electronics and engineering for a year or so. I don't profess to be an expert at it because I'm not. So what is triggering these REM pods to go off when radio signals, RF, hit it? Like I said, it's the main thing. The main part in these REM pods is the oscillators, and they're unshielded as well. Most REM pods are anyway, especially these ones what people are building themselves. They don't take the time to build like a Faraday cage effect thing inside them, and they could do it very easily. They could use tin foil and just glue it to the inside of the box, the project box, as long as that tin foil doesn't touch the circuitry. Use a necrophonic app on an old phone. It's apparently designed like Ovilus with a word bank, so it does spit out repeated words. Yeah, we don't use phone apps at all. We don't use any of them. 3 years of school and 10 years working. I sound like you feel, oh, right, okay. No, I did lose my voice, but it's starting to come back a lot better. Spirit Talker, Helen Barton. Who designed the Spirit Talker app? Was it Haunted Finders? I don't any mobile app to use as any kind of paranormal tool, to be honest. If I didn't have a camera on me, then I would use my mobile phone to record, but that's the only time. Foil tape, yeah, that'd do it. Hi, Jay. Having background in music recording helped me wrap my mind around this. Cool. Chill seekers. All right. As long as you keep K2 away from walls. Earth's electric field won't set them off, but a lot of equipment can be affected. So we won't use a K2 either. I know a lot of paranormal teams do, but there's so much that can interfere with a K2. Radio waves, any kind of RF signal, really, microwave, Wi-Fi. Must be all the shite in the air they keep spraying on us. Yeah, possibly. Hi, William. The app became Necrometer, did it? All right, okay. So yeah, oscillators. There's all kinds of different oscillators. I'll try and get a list up of all of them. I'm not going to bore you with electronics. A bit hot in here. So crystal oscillators, ceramic oscillators, there's loads of them. They've all got different names. They all have different frequencies. They all kind of do slightly different things, but they are all able to be altered by RF signals. So unless they are shielded, anybody using a radio or mobile phone can trigger them off. Depending what frequency your mobile phone is, can trigger a REM pod off. Gary Galka's bringing out the new PSP 7 Spirit Box. All right, Jack. When's my Haunted Hotel video out? Sunday. You want me to bore you with electronics? I'm not talking as much because of my throat, but you go to Supply House, they have amazing stuff. Electric heaters of all sorts and sensors are cheaper than the Ghost equipment sites. Anywhere's cheaper than the Ghost equipment sites. If you can get the parts, you can build your own. As you know, being an electrician. I don't rate apps. And I know a lot of people use them on investigations, but we don't. We just don't use apps. You can't. Meters, okay. Crystal Radio showed a few months ago. Where could I get a device? I forgot it. If it's at hand, let me see if I can just grab it. Oh, sorry, guys. This one. We need to do some more testing on this. We just rebuilt the circuitry in it. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. So we have two antennas. One will go in that side into there, and the other one obviously into that side. Fortunately, actual fact-based information is not exciting. There's a bunch of idiots jumping about shouting demon. Exactly. They're doing it for TV viewings and TV shows. Oh, it's hot. I'm gonna take this jacket off. Dude, bro, is it a thing nowadays? They're not as good as K2. We don't rate K2s either. I know people don't like me saying that, but as you know, K2 will detect AC fields. Being an electrician, you know that. And everything pretty much electrical in the house gives off AC fields and interferes with the K2. Radio waves will interfere with the K2, Wi-Fi signals. You won't find a similar device. That one is what I made. I went off one of the designs. I found If you go on the internet and look for Tesla Ghost Radio, you get a lot of designs coming up where it's in like a glass jar. I want it to be different and give it that um, Tesla kind of feel to it with that sort of design in a wooden box. The crystal is basically doing what the glass jar does. It lets light in, which affects a germanium diode. Those electricians out there, all one of you, you'll understand what germanium diodes are for. And as the output, which we put in to the computer, because this is not powered by anything, doesn't run on batteries or anything. So you have to have it into a computer program so you can hear what's coming through, get some strange things, and it actually detects like storms and things, what, up to 10 mile away, if not further. Am I not having a fever? I might be, I don't know. Not make spirit talk, not did twin paranormal. Okay. Yeah, but if you're in the woods with a K2 meter and your K2 meter goes off, doesn't mean it's a ghost, does it? You've got to kind of look at it as what could be setting this off. The first thing I would do, I would look up, see if there's any power lines. You could have power cables under the ground, even piping. Also, so you could have stray radio waves bouncing about off the atmosphere and back down. It could be anything. If you experience a legitimate negative encounter, you would not likely go willfully seeking another. Dang, that's a lot of scientific words from Did I do any scientific words? William Longboy might be possessed by a demon. Who's this twin paranormal? I can't watch more than 2 minutes of twin paranormal. They give me a headache. Could be ground wires, yeah. The thing is, what people need to be doing, because I know obviously the community, the paranormal community, and people, just the regular public, influenced by TV. But instead of jumping around screaming "dude" and all that sort of crap, you need to kind of be asking yourself, what's doing that? What is creating it? You know, doesn't mean it's paranormal. It just means there's something that you can't see what's making it do it. Years you've been doing this. Best evidence is still no equipment, but just voice in my ear caught on my phone, and no way it's anything other than spirit. Those are personal experiences, I suppose. What can't be proven. I've had similar experiences. I've heard voices, but my equipment hasn't picked it up, so I couldn't prove it. It's just personal experience, isn't it? So one guy was saying, "Why isn't my mobile phone setting off my REM pod?" They are annoying, Callum. Yeah, that is Helen. Exactly right. Question everything. That's one of our slogans. We're going to get it put on a T-shirt. Question everything. Uh, Spooky Dookie's reviews are just debunked themselves, saying Necromancer was chill seekers. So why are certain people's mobile phones triggering their REM pods? Because the oscillators in their REM pods could be different oscillators to what are in other REM pods. Their REM pod might have been built and it might be shielded, or the oscillator is a different frequency, or they're using different type of oscillator. They're not using a crystal oscillator. They could be using ceramic, or I can't remember the others because I only use crystal really. But there's 17 different ones what all vibrate at different frequencies. And if that mobile phone can't match that frequency, it may not trigger it off unless you get a stronger signal what will interfere with that oscillator. Does that make sense? Thank you. Glad it does. Jail of reading and oh, that's somebody else. Sorry, do apologise. Check it out, Real Ghost Voice, Bridgewater Triangle, Massachusetts. I believe it's a Native American girl from that area. All right, cool. Have you ever done an investigation on Leyland and noticed any difference in results? Yeah. If you think of it, most churches in the UK, I don't know about America, but in the UK certainly, they're all built on leylands. You don't need me to tell you why, do you? Any difference? Not particularly. Not noticeable differences. Obviously, I've had things happen on while I've investigated certain churches. What's the difference between a REM pod and a MEL REM, if there is one? Is there a MEL REM? I know the MEL meter, one of them, there's two models. There's the earlier model and the one after it, obviously, what has got like a EMF meter on. It doesn't trigger REM pod, obviously, well, if K2 meters nearby. Yeah, it depends what frequency, obviously, because your mobile phone has also got tiny little oscillators in as well. They could be going at a different frequency to the ones what are in the REM pod. As long as you can, I won't say match, but get that signal to interfere with a REM pod vibration kind of oscillator signal, then it's going to go off. Am I saying spirits cannot interact with AC? It has to be DC. No, I'm not saying that. But if you get a reading what is AC, it's most likely 99.9% going to be something man-made, electronic, because it's an alternating current. And the electricians will know what alternating current is different to DC. The currents are different. It's okay doing baseline readings with a K2, where you're going around checking where there's live wires, sockets, electrical equipment that's turned on, because that's what we call a baseline test, a baseline reading. And then you know where all these hot spots for AC current are. You bought a device that plugs into your microphone when you record it. Doesn't take battery lights off crystals, but can't find what's called for the life of me. It sounds like static. Parabugs. All right. That sounds interesting. I haven't got one of them. Do I mean a trimeter? A trimeter can detect, obviously, microwave, AC current, and what else does it detect? Some sort of static. I can't remember. I got rid of my trimeter a while ago. Would you rather use MELREM? Different device. The MEL meter, I believe, was built by Gary Galka, and he is big into the paranormal research after losing his daughter, Mel. I'm presuming he has shielded the circuit between MEL meters. So the MEL meter is a better meter to use, even the ones with the EMF on it. I think a lot of paranormal channels have become Americanized with overacting. I agree. With different devices, K2 meter with an antenna, so it mix between REM pod Okay, so me, I guess. I don't have one, so I can't really answer this Mel REM thing. I mean, obviously we've got Mel meters, but not the one with the EMF meter built into it. And like I said, if it isn't shielded, it's going to interfere with itself, isn't it? Its own circuitry, as it's doing one thing, will interfere with the other. I don't know. To flow different DC. Wonder if you keep sparking the battery, could up the spirit activity. You know, I suppose these are all theories, aren't they? If a spirit, or when a spirit manifests, what type of energy is it going to be? Is it going to be AC, DC, magnetic kind of? Who knows? Yeah, just film and see what happens. Don't freak out and say demon every time. Twin Paranormal, if you look on all their thumbnails, trapped in a house with demons, or demon chase me, or demon wants my backside, or something like that. You know, it's all about demons, isn't it? There's a lot of demons in America. Is my name spelled K or C? It's K. I'll answer to anything, to be honest. May I hook my cab out and just make sparks? If anything happens, just an idea. You know what you want to use? What we've tried once, but it's very dangerous. Do not do this at home. By the way, I'm going to say it. Being an electrician, you know, with Jacob's ladder, you can actually make your own. Very, very dangerous. They do actually create ozone as well, so it's a bit toxic. But that type of energy where you're getting the sparks, you can make one out of the insides of a neon light. But if you want to Google or YouTube Jacob's ladder, where where you get the sparks coming up too, like say you had two like metal rods like that, and it's going zzz, 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 like that. Positive ions. That's what I think the secret is to manifesting spirit. Positive ions, not negative. They only have demons in America. Is that right? You're going to build a Tesla coil. Yeah, same thing as the Jacob's ladder, isn't it? Very dangerous. Do not build one, but if you want to have a look how they're made, look on YouTube somewhere. Lots of occult practicing people who conjure them. Yeah, but I mean, is there any proof that they've actually conjured a demon? Is a demon actually stood there when they've conjured it? Or is it just a frame of mind, do you think? Jacob's ladder, awesome, dangerous but fun. Yeah, if you're going to make one, put a glass case around it or something so nobody touches it. Because if somebody touches that, it'll fling them across the room and they'll be dead, basically. Rachel, am I okay while you're going to TikTok? I think I'll manage. He's obviously Tony must be live then on the TikTok channel. Jacob's ladder looks cool. I think they used one once on the early series of Ghost Adventures, but it's probably deemed too dangerous. It does give off fumes like ozone, if you like, which is toxic. But they're very dangerous. Don't go near one. Honestly, if one is going, just stand away from it. Yeah, don't worry, Rachel. They're taking good care of me, says LFL. I seen my mom myself tonight. Do you know what? I would be a lot better if I wasn't trying to hold off this cough. Demons are real, just like the Bible. They do mess with you mentally, physically, so it gets mistaken for mental disorders. If you don't notice the paranormal signs, says spirits speak, haunted, Ryan, privy. That's a long title. Yeah, I do know a lot about demonic energy and things. We have obviously researched things like this over the last 31 years. I've seen what this type of energy can do to people. It can destroy lives. I would recommend nobody messes with the dark side. The thing is, I've always said as well, if demons are real, why would somebody think because they've drawn a circle or a pentagram on the floor and saying, right, demon, come here, I want to talk to you? What makes them think that demon's going to do that? Do you think the demon's got better things to do? I think real demonic energy hasn't been seen or felt for years and years and years. People just say demon this, demon that. It's for views, isn't it, on social media? There's an unbelievable amount of cursed land due to what was done to indigenous people. I know a lot of people may call it different things, different cultures, aren't we? Some people may call it a demon. I'll just probably call it a malevolent energy. I believe each human has a demon inside of them. Rules is actually what keep our demons inside, right? Yeah, it's a theory. You've got demons that pop into your house, not just other locations. They don't like prayer. I can imagine they don't like prayer. I mean, have you recorded this Spirit Speak Haunted Ryan Privy? Am I saying that correctly? Have you got on your channel? I'd like to see that. Gary Galka works with Ghost Adventures a lot. His devices are modified, but not his own, with the REM pod and the millimeter picks up AC. Yeah. I think the thing I'm getting at with the millimeter is that it is shielded. It's being designed for paranormal investigating, so it will be shielded from radio waves and everything else what's bombarding it. I think you're right, it's often used to power teams as clickbait. Yeah. Demon cabin and this demon house, that demon cellar. Why is there always a demon in somebody's cellar? Or why is the cellar always haunted? I don't get it. Weird attachment for several years. I used to see it and was keeping me away from praying and communicate. It took me a lot of willpower to get rid of it. Right, okay. I mean, for me personally, to believe in anything like that, I would have to document it and witness it myself. But it's not that I don't disagree here, but being a team of paranormal investigators that are skeptical, that's what we look at. Demons don't show up unless it's an extreme case. Okay. Who knows? Parabugs, no, we made a device similar, but it was very toxic inside a closed room. Yeah, it will be. I mean, you got thousands of. It's a high voltage, isn't it? And the ampage on that, it's so dangerous. You got scratched by a demon at. Is that Carey House Hotel? Sab the Seeker, hello. How can I ask you? How did you know? I mean, I'm not disputing it, but how did you know it was a demon that scratched you? Was the three? That's the normal thing, isn't it? 3 scratches. Or if you're watching from the States, there's a delay with advertising, right? If you do get an attachment, just repeat white light all around you. Remember, you have all the power, nothing can hurt you. You know, I've experienced a lot over the years, and I would always say to somebody, you're in control, but if that type of energy wants to get you, if a place is haunted, it's going to get you no matter what you do. Even with my churchy background, I've been attacked. I think it's more of a visualization technique. That isn't the way you visualize the white light surrounding you, and you got to ground yourself. Right, you don't want your brain going away with the fairies somewhere. Sage the kangaroo, hello. Don't for sure accept my friend investigating with me as being attacked by a spirit called Baphomet. Yeah, the blessed rosary. Baphomet, sure. Come on. I get if this was to happen, as investigators, everybody would be asking for some sort of proof or evidence. We'd need to see what's going on. We'd have to be part of that investigation. I know what Baphomet is. You got scratched with a V on your leg later on in the night, my arm, when I was sleeping. I've seen things where people believe things so much that things happen. They kind of do it mentally themselves, but it obviously gets blamed on. These are a word for it. I can't think off the top of my head. It's late, but I've seen it happen. When we all die, and if we go to hell, we're going to get there, and they're like, demons got blamed for everything. For the love of all things, please keep investigating with critical thinking. We need it. Yeah, definitely. It's how we've always investigated. We question everything. I've had people sat there talking to me. I've spoke to families, what I've been around to, investigating haunted houses, and they're crying. And I'm like, did you get it on film? And like, no. But although we take the word for it, we need to see it. I got them. Do you believe that the negative mindset can influence negative spirits like a familiar, where the spirit never was living, just a projection of the energy radiated by the people trying to conjure? Yeah, I do believe that. I mean, like attracts like, doesn't it? So if you're negative, that's going to attract negativity. But if you look at this, is what this thing's about, the Annabelle Project. This is based on a 70s experiment called the Philip experiment. And if you YouTube or Google the Philip experiment, they manifested a fake ghost into reality. I do believe that, yeah. And this is what the Annabelle Project is. It's a project we're doing over a year. Slightly different to the Philip experiment, whereas we're using the backstory of Annabelle and a replica of the Annabelle doll. And our test subjects are manifesting things and getting things to happen on belief of what's going on in the Annabelle story. What it'll make sense if you watch the Annabelle Project, which is for members of the channel. The time I had a crucifix only went with me too. I can't say it was a demon, but they do often scratch or physically harm. Possibly. Negative energy can do that as well. It doesn't have to be demonic. It's all right having crucifixes. My church background as a minister in the church, I've always got a crucifix on. Mine's silver for a reason. And holy water, I've got holy water in bottles as well. The thing is, with religion, it's all right holding up a crucifix and saying the power of Christ compels you, sort of thing. But you've got to have that faith. If the faith isn't there, it's not going to work. 3 scratches are 3 knocks with demons mocking the Trinity. I've heard that, yeah. Doesn't mean it's true. The 3 a.m. thing, the Trinity, the Father, the Son, Holy Spirit sort of thing, the triangle. But people who say that haven't got a clue about religion. They just say it. They always about football stars appeared after playing. Praying to my late mum, she confided in me and she had cancer and promised to show me there's something when we pass. All right, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. I'm missing a lot of these because I'm talking, aren't I? The only way to deal with it is to try and get rid of it. But I believe a lot of aspects, such as being an empath, can make you more vulnerable. I know. Again, this thing about empaths. Everybody's empathic in some sort of way. Um, I don't believe it's any kind of special gift. Everybody can do this sort of thing. No, I didn't say you had scratched yourself. I said it's a possibility. I've seen cases where people manifest they believe something, and I've seen wilts just appear on their arms. What my thoughts on the reason some people don't get experience is it because they don't believe? Possibly. Um, it is a theory, isn't it? I suppose. And there's another thing saying more people are more sensitive to that type of energy. Maybe. Who knows? Your wife and I are ordained ministers. We are also both certified Reiki masters, and she's absolute spooky dookies reviews. Where are you ordained? Are you in America or the UK? Parasolo, hello. Jack thinks demons are not demons. He thinks they're just really negative spirit energies, entities. What are my views regarding my haunted hotel now you've investigated it? Would I do it again? I was actually going to talk about my haunted hotel. It was on the list to do. Hi, Taz. Oh, Beto sent you over. So, yeah, I mean, we've had questions about my haunted hotel. I'm still not going to give anything away until they've put it up on Sunday. Would I do it again? Yeah, of course, I'd do it again. I wouldn't do it in the environment, though, where there's 20 or 30 people. It wouldn't be worth it for me as an investigator. Hi, everybody from Beardos Live. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm going to go back later on and have a look at Beardos Live doing some gaming. What game was it? Your wife is so empathic, it's hard for her to go in some places. There's some people like that. We all meet them. I mean, you can walk into a room and you think, oh, what a negative person. I can't be around them sort of people. A question says, Helen, when people call in a minister or vicar to exorcism their house, to exercise their house, is it legitimate? How a lot of people say, jinns, is that a demon? That's a different religion. Jinn, different religion. You're playing demonologist. Cool. I haven't seen that game. I'll have to have a look. But yeah, to get an exorcism in somebody's home would have to be granted by the church. Obviously, the Catholic Church. There'd have to be enough evidence for them to do that, because there's been a lot of cases involving mental illness. So they're being treated for the wrong thing. I mean, there's a few films being made about it as well. So because I mean, I'm in the Church of England. The vicar knows that we investigate as PSI, and being a minister as well, he would speak to me about it, and we'd go and investigate it. And if we thought it needed a vicar in or a priest of some sort, um, we'd definitely look at sorting that out. Scratch or anything. What's that? I can't be around most people because of negativity and close minds I encounter. I just hate people in general. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't like it. One thing I don't like about people when I go shopping, I like to go sometimes early in the morning or later on. It's better for me because people are just negative and ignorant. I can't be around them type of people. Wacky paranormal's got a theory. You used to be a social creature, but you're now a hermit. Said this before. I cannot be around negative people. No, negativity people. Well, negativity in general makes me ill. I'm sensitive to that around people. Somebody who's just miserable all the time or negative about somebody else. I'm just like, sod off. I don't need you around me. Sorta has a question. I have a question. Wouldn't alleged prolonged exposure to demonic attacks show classic signs of oppression and to others around them a long time to get over too? Yeah, well, oppression comes before possession, doesn't it? But there certainly would be signs. Yeah, you're right. Obviously, there's a list what you're meant to stick to. The obvious one, speaking in different tongue, showing any kind of psychic ability, levitating off the floor is a good one as well. If that kind of happens, there's something not right. It's a long time to get over. I suppose nobody would ever get over that, especially if they could remember that as well. Possession, yeah, very, very rare thing. Do not believe what you see on these paranormal shows. Demon all over the place. Demonic this, demonic that. It's not. Fascinating. Oh, no worries. Stay away from people in general. Yeah. Church of England does do exorcisms. It is a Catholic thing. But although I'm in the Church of England, we practice the Catholic ceremony. I'm a high church. It's all the bells and whistles and the smoke and, everything. It's Arabic for spirits. Fairs, French for fairies. Why do people act like they're another entity? Depends what religion you come from, doesn't it? It's the same thing if you think about it. Same energy. I mean, like we were saying earlier, Americans are calling them demons. Not every American. We're just calling it malevolent energy, bad energy. What was that? I feel so comfortable with all the introverts here. The alleged ones had by why tears? What? Or biofields are affected by others and environmental factors. That is a fact, yeah. I do agree with that Spooky Dookies reviews. We was looking into getting a biofield camera, but they're very expensive. What you can photograph your energy or your aura, some people call it. Reiki is just warm hand, easy way to say it, but it's very helpful when ghosts investigators also feel spirit very easy, so equipment just back up. Yeah, I mean, excuse me. I know what you're saying there, Sar Spookfest, but as a paranormal investigator, you would need that equipment to document it. You would need it as evidence because otherwise anybody can say anything, doesn't it? I can go in a room and say, ghost in the air, I can feel it. I can't prove that. Church of England department for exorcisms. It's very specialised and small. Mr. Rough Dog. I can't comment on that. Reiki's understanding of energy flow. Well, Tony, who's the other part of PSI, who's on TikTok at the moment, he's actually a Reiki master. There's demons all over. Did anyone watch the documentary by William, what's that surname? Friedkin. May he rest in peace, called The Devil and the Father of Morph. I haven't seen that. Anxious for too large crowds, negative people all the time. Tina Prentice, by the way, hi PSI, came from Bido. Hello, Tina. A lot of people came from Bido. I think modern cameras won't capture any sort of apparition. We on what more than 64 megapixels? Older equipment is better to capture stuff as personal experience. Yeah. I mean, I'm split between the two. I do like vintage equipment, but like the 4K cameras, you can't beat them. I mean, obviously there's 8K as well, if probably higher in the film industry. However, we have captured some cool stuff on our 4K cameras, and that's digital. So yeah, I mean, to answer a few questions on my haunted hotel, has anybody got any questions other than what happened? Because I can't tell you until after Sunday. As Bido's video rightly said, Danny contacted us, sent us an intro. I haven't put ours up yet. I was supposed to be doing it tonight. It's like an intro to what they have done with the debunkers and investigators. So I'm going to put that up. It's going to be a cool watch on Sunday. I'm really interested to see how Danny has edited this video, because we was there. We know what happened. So it'll be interesting. Demons just as long with animal spirits. I don't believe in elementals. Or thing is about not believing in elementals or negative energies without demonic human explanation. Elementals was around before Christianity, before religion, so that actually came first. Ella Bell, I have a question. Answer yes or no. Did the Grace doll talk? The Grace doll did not talk to me personally. How did it go, Jack? Yeah, it went good, Jack. It was good. It was a good night. Very tired. Took me 2 days to recover. Masaru Emoto did research on energy work. Amazing. Feel free to read. Cool. Best to try old tech and new. Tony mentioned today that using magnetic tape is still worth trying. Yeah, we use magnetic tape, the old reel to reel. Let's see if I've got one. I've got loads of paranormal equipment hanging about. No. I have got one, but it's in one of the cases. I can't be bothered to get it out. I've got the old, I think I showed you that before, the old analog TV, what we use for white noise. Definitely, because the tape being magnetic, the only thing is, it is open to be interfered with. Don't mean that in a pervy way. I mean, magnetic tape, it's magnetic, can be interfered with radio waves or magnetic waves, any kind of radiation, really. So just be aware of that. Message retracted. Who retracted that? You think my haunted hotel is a breath of fresh air. It's a fantastic thing what they're doing. Yeah. They got us in pretty much because people on YouTube were saying it's fake. It's what we experienced was not fake. We pretty much pulled that place to pieces. I know Bido did as well. The plinth underneath the doll, it was taken to bits. We had to have a look. We even went in the control room. We wanted to see the equipment. Um, if they were using any devices, Bluetooth, anything. That's why we went in there, really. Um, Obviously, we wanted to have a look at the camera system that was using. For anyone exploring this famous manor farm in Runcorn, had a Canon 760D and he had an all digital camera. Took pictures at the same time with his picture. He got a bride and groom. Wow, that's cool. Who is it that haunts the hotel? I have my theories who haunts that hotel. I can't tell you just yet. Anyone else get random ringing? I get problems with my hearing, yeah, when there's energy about. It's a lot to do with the pressure as well, the air pressure. It all changes. It'd be cool to see that photograph, the bride and groom photograph. We need a white noise device. We've got them. All will be revealed on my haunted hotel. What we do. If aliens did actually come here and crashed and died, will the spirits stay here? I don't know. I suppose if if we're going on the belief that our energy leaves our body when we die, our soul, if you like, leaves the body, does it go back to their planet or does it stay here? How will we know? It's a good theory. Well, it's a good question, sorry. You think you're going to haunt the Playboy Mansion when you go? I know some people that would haunt the changing room down the gym. What was that? No, I'm just teasing. Claire, how are you doing? Message retracted. I can see all these retractions. If dogs can see ghosts, is it their eyes or brains that help? I don't know. I know they're seeing a different spectrum to us, don't they? That see in black and white. Is there a reason for that? Does the Bible not say to communicate with any spirits? The only spirit it really says to communicate with is the Holy Spirit. You think elementals are animal forest spirits? um, you don't want to pay for the new version of My Haunted Hotel. Or do I think about random generators? Word generators. Depends on how many words they've got on it, doesn't it? I mean, they're supposed to kind of react with the atmosphere around them. Is it the magnetic atmosphere or the temperature change and things like that? Think if they've got a word bank of about 3,000 words, that how many words is in the English dictionary? I don't know. Why is it a word generator never says the word teabag or asparagus, something like just a random word like that? It's because people are programming them with certain words what they want to put in them because that's what they are. The word banks, you can put whatever word you want in. So they're going to get loaded with demonic words and ghostly words and dark words, aren't they? Can you create a camera that sees like a dog? Not personally. We can make full spectrum cameras. We've done it before. We've interfered with the lenses. We've taken out the infrared filters and the UV filters to make it full spectrum. But I don't know how a dog sees, to be honest. Reiki requires consent. Unfortunately, consent is something that is often overlooked. Yeah. What do I recommend for EKGs? What's that? They only do put spooky words in these word generators. Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny if you're watching? I don't know who's a big channel. These idiots that we keep debunking. Twin Paranormal. If their word generators suddenly said carrot, dude, that just said carrot. It's not going to happen, is it? It's canary. Do dogs see colour? I thought the same black and white. I don't know. Well, the hunting owls, their eyes are designed to pick up movement more than anything. Yeah, yeah. Panaka. I didn't even see you there, Devin. Are you all right? I did not see you pop in. I hope you're doing good. What's that about demigods? Love the thought of fearful little goblins and stuff. They do exist. They can just jump through poles or something. Elementals like gods or demigods. Pan. I mean, Pan was around from the beginning, pretty much. The Green Man, one of your favourite. Thing is, nobody's actually got any evidence of these things, have they? I do. You know what? I know what you're saying. It is good to think that something like that could exist, but New Reality Paranormal get bacon from their app, do they? Wow, that'd be funny. I'd be sat laughing at it. Hello, Tuck Norris. Uh, what's that? 228.132 words in English Oxford. Right, okay. So there's not that many words on these word generators, is there? I know they only put about 2,000 or 3,000 words in. If that, because how many bad or evil words is there? There can't be that many. Wendy, hi. Just saw you were live. From the person who commented last night about almost buying EDI and Ovilus. Yeah, I'm glad you saved some money. At the end of the day, it's up to you guys what you buy. Just because we or somebody else debunk a piece of equipment doesn't mean it shouldn't be used. We still use EMF meters that detect AC. We use it to do a room sweep to find out where AC current electricity is. If something's turned on or anything like that, or there's a live wire in the wall. But yeah, I'm glad that video helped. But I think those have been sniffing neon glow sticks too much. They remind me of two glow sticks. Who's that? Who reminds you of glow sticks? Is that Twin Paranormal? You're pagan, so all those things are very interesting. I love the history of Merlin. Callum's a right brain thinker. That is why he understands this stuff. He's loving it tonight. Thank you for saving you money. No, but if you need any advice on any bit of equipment, just send us a message. If I can answer it, I will do. Would I get an ED? Is it EDI? No, I wouldn't. I don't trust word banks or apps. We don't use apps. GhostTube app seems to say relevant words. Yeah, because I'll tell you why. You've given it permission to be on your phone, basically, to access. It'll say certain files, but what it actually accesses is your text messaging, your phone books, your microphone, obviously, and your camera. So it'll pick words up from there and it'll come out with them. Twin Paranormal are trying to copyright strike everybody. They haven't got me yet. Probably because I'm a smaller channel. Twin Paranormal and Spirit Talk always spit out demons. Yeah, they do. Family tree, Merlin and Emery Bible, over 300 years old. All right. They've retracted against the shape. The twins have almost died 152 times. Yeah. You remember sniffing glue when you was a kid? These twins sniff a lot of glow stick. The Foreman brothers. Paranormal Nightwear channel. Seems a legit team. I've never heard of those. Twin Abnormals, yeah. You can use an app tonight and see if you can get it to say things. I'm sure it will say things. That's what it's designed to do. You know, I mean, people are quite welcome to believe what they want to believe. If they want to believe orbs are people, like you're saying, to guide you, that is your decision. As a scientific investigator, I would not believe that. I would say there's explanations for orbs. Much respect for standing up for being and purple. No worries. It annoys us as investigators and debunkers when people fake things for money, basically, and for popularity. This next generation of people, the next lot of kids coming up, are going to believe this crap what they're seeing off these fakers. And we want to put people right. We want to show them what's really happening. Paranormal activity is very rare. So for it to happen, you know, you're lucky to see it, really. You can't wait to get a copyright strike. It means you've got somewhere and your mother can finally be proud. I think you're allowed 3, aren't you? I haven't got any yet. I'm surprised I haven't. Twin Paranormal Spirit Box. Gollum choking on his presses. Yeah, sounded like Gollum, didn't it? No, you're crying. I didn't actually sniff glue when I was a kid. I was a good lad. You sniffed Tipex when you were a kid. Oh, this probably explains for this generation, doesn't it? The apps do always say negative things. They never say anything polite or nice, do they? These ghosts never say, "You're looking nice today. Have you just had your hair done?" Anything like that. They don't say that, do they? They say something like, "I'm going to rip your head off. There's demons in the room." I've not heard of Don Phillips. No. What's my what's your personal most legit channel in YouTube and Ghost Paranormal Hunters? Do we do experiments with normal people? So you do PSI method, but only with 2. We do actually do it with regular people, yes. The PSI method with different people. The Annabelle Project. Babs made this. Next one will be uploaded at the end of this week, hopefully, for members of the channel. We do loads of different experiments involving all kinds of crazy stuff. Like I say, the Annabelle Project is based on the Philip experiments from the 70s. So we're using all methods which we can explain in science, but we're doing it for a reason. And the reason is to make our test subjects believe they can manifest this Annabelle's energy from the doll and get to do things. My throat keeps going funny again. Spirit Talker out is programmed to say Rhine, River, and other twin paranormal related words. Yeah, you can You can put your own words in them, or you used to be able to. Wendy, there's no need to feel silly for believing what people have put. Um, the only way we found out and understood it is by kind of doing our research and over the years. And if something's too good to be true, it's generally fake. You've got tons of claims, but no strikes. Okay. How many times does a TV program or YouTube channel invoke on angels instead of demons? Yeah, exactly. You live 40 minutes from Annabelle. Oh, that'd be cool to see the real Annabelle. I know the Warrens have shut the museum down for the time being. Is that Jay or Jave? I can't. Is it Jay? I was watching the older video when I did one on Cal Beat at 30 East Drive. On the cliff of me, we pulled up the rope and it's so visible. It is, isn't it? He tried to get every one of those videos taken down, what people put up on YouTube. In fact, he did. He couldn't have man taken down because man was a recreation. It wasn't using his footage. Wendy, don't be embarrassed. It's how we learn. I didn't know until I learnt myself. Like I said, one of our sayings is what we're getting put on a t-shirt is question everything. You've been to some of the locations Twin Paranormal's been and there's been nothing. You know, we've been to a lot of paranormal locations. What people have had all sorts of demons kicking off, and when we get there, there's nothing. All started with Most Haunted. Yeah. How do we get involved with the experiments? Depends when we do them and where we are, I suppose. You know, we do random stuff just sometimes. People didn't realize we'd set up um, paranormal activity. I mean, obviously, we'd come clean about it, but we did it to see how many people would question us. I think one person questioned us out of all of our viewers. Nobody, because it was PSI, I thought it's genuine. But after we'd done it, we said, look, we'd set this video up hoping that somebody would debunk it, and nobody did. You've got to question everything. It doesn't matter where it comes from. Like a puppet on a string, Shandy. I know why the museum's closed. I mean, obviously, I am a member of the Warren Foundation for Paranormal Research. I know why it's closed. It was kind of operating as a business, like a museum, when in fact it was just a house. And I know that the regulations are different in America to what they are in the UK. So I don't know exactly why they got closed down. They are looking for a new place to set up the Paranormal Museum of the Warrens. You've heard a haunted whistle, Shandy. All right. Was that a whistle on the video or in my house? Are all poltergeists caused by young people? No. I do believe poltergeist activity is created by the living, but not always young people. I've seen it happen with women going through menopause, people going through extreme like stress. It can create that type of energy. Obviously, people going through puberty, mainly women. You've seen Ricky on the top 5 channels. They believe it's real. Yeah, you saw the interview I did with Ricky from Ricky Eats World, admitting it was fake, but he hasn't come clean with everybody else, just PSI. We knew he was faking it. Hello from Melbourne, Australia. Hide and seek Paraquest. Although the spirits at my house aren't nice, they like to cuss and insult, play mountain games. They would be mischievous. You know, that would be interesting. Excuse me. Interesting to see if you can document it. The adolescent unit at mental hospital had to be exercised twice. You know, who knows what type of energy mental hospitals create? I can imagine. Is it something about insurance, Wendy? I thought it was something like that. Is the video? I couldn't find that video. I did look all over YouTube for that. Yeah, I know the museum is located at house what the Warrens used to live in. Very well done. You're impressed with Ricky, are you? Cool. You believe you've got demons inside you. You hate RBS. I have RBS as well. I know what you're saying. What are my thoughts on electromagnetic energy as it relates to residual energy, paranormal occurrences? I'm trying to give that one a good answer. I know it's believed that spirit manifests, and when they manifest, is an electromagnetic energy field of some sort, what EMF detectors detect. How does it relate to residual energy? I think the only way it maybe relates to residual energy is if I've got to stop talking soon. My voice is going. I've said, you know, like the stone tape theory, the surrounding brickwork, maybe the quartz crystals in the fabric act as like a tape recorder, and when they're activated, they kind of play a scene like a residual scene. If you Google or research stone tape theory, you'll know what I mean. RBS does suck, certainly. Ellie Bell, see you later. But I know some people make EM pumps. Have you seen? We've got one. We've got two. Tell you how easy they are to make. There's one. Put some neo magnets. This is a fan, battery powered fan. Some neo magnets in the dome bit. Glue them in as close together as you can. Take the blades off the propeller. Turn it on. Spit. Creates a EM field. One of the theories is spirit need that energy to manifest. I don't know. But that can make your head bang if you walk into a room and that's been on for a while. Don't go buying expensive VM pumps. Just make one. Get a fan from a pound shop. Do what we did. You had hits on your REM pod. Didn't go off for 35 minutes, then went off twice for no reason. Yep. Well, part of the conversation's being about radio waves. Are there random radio waves just coming in and hitting, setting it off? I don't know. I am clever. Am I clever? It's just over 30 years studying the paranormal. That's all it is. Somebody whistling. We've got a parrot in the room below me because I'm upstairs. I've got an African grey, it might be that. Everything electric is basically an EMF pump, headphones. Well, everything electric gives out an EM field. Going to be different strength fields. Yeah, I see what you're getting at. What was it called? EMF pump. No, EM pump. Get some neo magnets. You know the stronger ones. I can't pronounce it. Not normal magnets. Get the neo magnets, the really strong ones. Put them in like a dome or a fan. Take the propellers off the fan. Just turn it on. It'll spin. That'll trigger everything off. Every EM meter, everything. But it'll create that energy field. What you might need for spirit to manifest. Might do. It's just a theory. Jesse King. I haven't really looked just recently. I might have to have another look. K2 goes to red. I'm presuming the K2 red light is the highest indicator. How many people actually know how many milligauss that is? I mean, I haven't got a K2, so I don't know. I'm reckoning it's going to be over 20. You see, we don't measure by colours of lights. We measure by using microteslas or milligauss. I've not made a PKE meter. We've made our own EMF meters, yes. What's the parrot called? May, I think. Scan for electromagnetic fields, such as fields have been documented to cause sickness. Yeah, EM fields can cause. I've even said this before. If you live under electronic pylons, strong enough to cause blood cancers, you need to kind of insulate your house. Excuse me, my voice is getting worse. Faraday cage your roof with chicken wire or tin foil. EM pump, does it create energy? It gives out an EM field. It will be measured on the energy scale somehow, yeah. May, yes. Guys, anyway, I'm going to have to go because my cough is getting worse. I do appreciate you all coming and just chatting and popping in. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We're going to be getting some more videos up there. I have some unseen footage from my haunted hotel later on the night. I slept in room 6 by myself. Things were happening. It's the footage, obviously, what they don't have. It's off my camera. Very interesting. I hope they haven't put it in theirs because I know they had cameras set up. Emma, yeah, definitely. Rest my voice. So keep an eye out for that coming out after Sunday. This Friday, we should be putting up the Annabelle Project. Keep looking out for that. But I'm going to have to shoot because I'm going to start coughing. Anybody's got any questions, just email them or leave them on a video. I'll try and answer them the best I can. Now, I've been ill for over 2 weeks now, Wendy. Started with a sore throat. Now it's gone onto my chest. Yes, a good night all. Sarah, thank you. Wendy, Jack, Shandy, Emma, Mr. Rough Dog, SR Spookfest, Kevin, Mike, Jay, Kathy, that's it, Kathy. Spooky Dookies Reviews. Please go and subscribe to everybody what's on this chat. The Mad Wecker. Yeah, thank you, I will. Get it checked if it persists. Yeah, I will do. I'll have to. Doctor won't give me any antibiotic, though, I've asked. Yep, Stella, no worries. Thank you, Mike. Thanks, Wendy. Everybody else as well. It's been cool chatting. Take care, everybody. Have a good weekend if I don't see you before then. Thank you, Shandy. See you soon.